You'll find little welcome here, Jedi. For your own good, I recommend you speak to Administrator Adari, quickly finish your business in Khoonda, and go. I will answer your questions. She was the agricultural administrator of Dantooine. After the Sith attack, she kept us together. Without her, the only thing you'd see around here are mercenaries. We had problems with Mandalorian mercenaries even before the Jedi Civil War. The Jedi helped clear most of the problem up, but after the war, many soldiers from both sides of the conflict became mercenaries. And since we're so far from the core, some started gathering here. The difference between an out-of-work mercenary and a raider is a Vibrablade's edge. The only thing we can prove they've done is intimidate a few farmers. The farmers give them goods, money, or food just to stay on their good side. The only one that isn't scared of them is the administrator. There have also been a lot of disappearances recently, and not all of them can be blamed on Cath hounds. But nobody can prove the mercenaries are responsible. A farmer here and there, or a family. We lost enough people during the war that keeping the Cath hound and Kinrath populations under control hasn't been possible. So there are a lot of animal attacks. Some deaths, too. The disappearances might be just coincidence, but a lot of the stubborn folk seem to be more accident-prone. Khoonda is the big building just outside the landing port. It used to be the estate of a man named Matali, but he and his family disappeared around the time of the bombardment. The administrator rebuilt it, and now this is our center of government. I know it doesn't look like much, but there aren't many settlers that live on this planet. This building is the start of something new for us. We're very proud of it. Just head into the building and you'll find your way to the administrator. I'll be over by the entrance if you need anything else.
Hoi sidan gelfa vadinugan gelfa. Huden truth lava. Fandibo gelfa. Hoi sidan gelfa vadinugan gelfa. Vabuelta. Renkundas. Hoi sidan gelfa. Vabuelta. Renkundas. Hoi sidan gelfa. Vabuelta. Renkundas. Hoi sidan gelfa. Vabuelta. Huden truth lava. Vabuelta. Truth love fandibo gelfa. Sidan gelfa vadinugan gelfa. Linda Khoonda. Renkundas. Hoi sidan gelfa. Vabuelta. Khoondan gelfa. Hoi sidan gelfa. Sidan gelfa vadinugan gelfa. Linda Khoonda. Khoondan gelfa. Hoi sidan gelfa. Sidan gelfa vadinugan gelfa. Linda Khoonda. Fandibo gelfa. Vabuelta. Linda Khoonda. Hoi sidan gelfa vadinugan gelfa. Sidan gelfa vadinugan gelfa. Linda Khoonda. Khoondan gelfa. Hoi sidan gelfa. Sidan gelfa vadinugan gelfa. Linda Khoonda. Renkundas. Hoi sidan gelfa. Vabuelta. Renkundas. Hoi sidan gelfa. Vabuelta. Truth lava. Vabuelta. Truth love fandibo gelfa. Sidan gelfa vadinugan gelfa. Linda Khoonda. Renkundas. Hoi sidan gelfa. Vabuelta. Truth lava. Vabuelta. Sidan gel. Renkundas. Truth lava. Vabuelta. Truth love fandibo gelfa. Sidan gelfa vadinugan gelfa. Preguntas, policía. Preguntas, policía. Preguntas. Truth Lava, Wabuelda, Truth Lava, Nibugelva. Sidan Gelva, Inoga Gelva, Linda Khoonda. Truth Lava, Wabuelda, Truth Lava, Nibugelva. Sidan Gelva, Inoga Gelva, Linda Khoonda. Preguntas, policía. Truth Lava, Wabuelda, Truth Lava, Nibugelva. Sidan Gelva, Inoga Gelva, Linda Khoonda. Truth Lava, Wabuelda, Truth Lava, Nibugelva. Sidan Gelva, Inoga Gelva, Linda Khoonda. Preguntas. Lava, Wabuelda, Sidan Gelva. Preguntas, policía. Ren Lava, Vaporilda, Truth Lava, Nibble Gelfa, Fidan Gelfa, Vadinogan Gelfa, Linda Khoonda. Rengundas, Nori Fidan Gelfa, Vaporilda. Rengundas, Nori Fidan Gelfa, Vaporilda. Truth Lava, Vaporilda, Truth Lava, Nibble Gelfa, Fidan Gelfa, Vadinogan Gelfa, Linda Khoonda. Rengundas, Nori Fidan Gelfa, Vaporilda. Rengundas, Nori Fidan Gelfa, Vaporilda.
Greetings and good day, traveler. On behalf of the Khoonda settlement, I am programmed to welcome you to Dantooine. Is there something I can do to serve you? My apologies. I have no recollection of the Sith invasion topic. Error. Memory overflow. Resetting. May I be of any further service to you? Dantooine is a rural world, far removed from most galactic trade routes. Historically, agriculture has been Dantooine's primary industry. Since the destruction of the Jedi Enclave, salvage of the ruins has become a key area of growth for the local community. The famed ruins of the Jedi Enclave can be found northwest of the Khoonda outpost. You may visit the ruins at your own risk. Zeron strongly urges salvagers to avoid the highly dangerous sublevel of the Enclave ruins. My apologies. I have no recollection of the Sith invasion topic. May I be of any further service to you? The local militia occasionally offers employment to qualified soldiers. Speak to Zeron in the Khoonda outpost. Additionally, many visitors come to Khoonda to explore the ruins for salvage opportunities. Khoonda's salvage industry is a main source of income for the local community. At their own risk, salvagers may remove relics from designated salvage areas within the ruins. The fee to remove a relic from Dantooine is proportionate to the appraised value of the item. For more details, speak to Administrator Terena Adare at the Khoonda outpost. If you will excuse me, I must continue my appointed rounds.
Yeah?
Greetings and good day. May I be of any further service to you? If you will excuse me, I must continue my appointed rounds.
A Jedi. I've got to tell the others. Leave me be, Jedi.
I think Tarn has finally cracked, running around like a madman, raving that he was being chased by a Jedi.
Oh, Tarn is an idiot, to be sure. But he seemed genuinely frightened, and perhaps he did see something.
Do you actually believe a Jedi would return here? After all they've done to us? They wouldn't dare.
They certainly would. Well, you remember how they were. Always so superior, so arrogant, and never lending a hand when we really needed them.
I still don't believe it.
You should. My cousin's friend, he used to tend the gardens around the Enclave. He swears he saw a Jedi in Khoonda. Could be hiding anywhere.
Well, I hope it's true. I hear there's a bounty on them, and we could certainly use the money.
Unless somebody beats you to it.
Welcome to Khoonda. You're a salvager, right? You'll need to see Administrator Adare to get access to the ruins. If you need directions to anything else, just ask. Her office is directly behind this room. You really can't miss it. She can see you now if you like. You're not. The only heavily armed people that visit us are either salvagers or mercenaries. And you don't look quite gritty enough to be a mercenary. The things that would most interest you are our weapon merchant and Zeron, the leader of our militia. Akere is still around here somewhere too. He sells droid components. Just go to the central corridor and make a right. His shop is the first on the right. If you get into any trouble, he's the person you'd contact. Unfortunately, recent problems with the salvagers and mercenaries have kept him quite busy. The mercenaries cause disruptions for some of our outlying settlers. They are a constant source of friction for us. I hear the salvagers are having some internal problems too. No, I couldn't. If you're really interested in that, just speak to Zeron.
Are you waiting for the administrator too? You won't have to wait too long. But if you want results, now that you may never get here. Khoonda's like a droid without his power cell. Useless. We have problems all over, and the most you can get out of the administrator is a pat in the back.
I'm sick of all their excuses and empty words. I need justice now.
I fought in the war, and I know how to use my blaster rifle. If the administrator or Zeron doesn't do something, then I will.
Salvagers are the problem. They strip bare the ruins that belong to the people of Dantooine. Then they sell what they find back to us at inflated prices.
I'm not a violent man. I've had my share of it in the war. I sincerely hoped I could just hang my blaster rifle on the wall as a souvenir for my grandchildren.
But I can't farm without my equipment. Well, yes and no. I brought my moisture vaporator to Khoonda to be serviced. On the way back to my farm, I took a shortcut next to the Enclave ruins. Damn Lagrix came out of nowhere. I had to run before they made a meal of me. When I returned to retrieve my equipment, the salvagers had already stripped it bare. I went to their camp to get back my moisture evaporator, This smug fellow Joran told me that he found it within the ruins, and by law, it belongs to him now. He said he'd give it to me for the bargain price of 500 credits. I wasn't very happy about it, but the law was on his side. So I paid this scoundrel. Now the moisture evaporator doesn't work because it is mysteriously missing its modulator. Joran is offering to sell me a modulator he found for another 500 credits.
I suppose you could. Actually, you almost look like a salvager.
If you could go to this salvager camp and convince the salvager Joran to return my modulator, I would be very grateful.
I'm not rich, but I have some souvenirs from the war I could give you. It's right next to the ruins of the Jedi Enclave. Just follow the smell. You can't miss them. That's great. I'm certainly not getting any help around here. If you need to know anything more, just ask me.
What brings you to Khoonda? Do you have any troubles to report? I'm here to help. I just hope you aren't here about Garevik. Oh, sorry. If you're brand new to these parts, you may not have any issues with Garevik, unlike most everyone else. You're fortunate not to know him. He's a salvager. His purpose in life seems to be causing us headaches. I can tell he's back in Khoonda just by the pounding in my head. If you're not here about Garevik, do you have some other problem? I don't even want to get into it. Ask around if you want to know the details. It'll just make my headache worse if I talk about it. I don't know what we'd do without Administrator Adare. She managed to plow through a lot of the family bickering once the Sith left during the war. She's kept us together. Oh, and, Zeron too, I suppose. This is sensitive. It's not really a secret, though. A lot of people are upset with Zeron. He's a hard man and doesn't answer to anybody. Except, I suppose, the Administrator. The thing is, he expects everyone to follow all the laws. That's not normally a bad thing, but the mercenaries are used to having a bit more freedom. So it's like Zeron keeps prodding a rancor with a stun stick. To a rancor, it's just a minor nuisance. But if you keep at it, he's going to fight back. The mercenaries aren't unreasonable. They're mostly just war veterans looking for work. But Zeron just keeps poking them. So he has to get involved to make sure that the militia does what he wants. Otherwise, we'd probably give the mercenaries some room. It's tricky. You see, I think Zeron may be taking this whole thing a little personal. I'm not sure. Just a guess. I also think he's doing more to provoke them than just investigating every complaint against them hard. He's up to something. If someone could just ask a few questions, turn up some answers, maybe see if Zeron isn't being completely honest with the rest of us, well then maybe he should be replaced. Just look around. See if Zeron's up to something on the side. Something that'll hurt the fragile peace we got with the mercenaries. So if you happen to find something out like that, you should see Administrator Adare. If you have to do some footwork to check into things, you'll be compensated. We should probably talk about something else. I hate going behind the captain's back. I just feel... I just have a feeling about it. I'll tell you anything that's public knowledge. Most militia news passes by me and Zeron. I might be able to help. You should see Administrator Adare about that. She'll be able to set you up. You're not a typical salvager, so I don't expect you'll have any trouble there. Oh, you heard about that. We have so much to look into that Sulru's concern is pretty low on our list. We asked the salvagers, but they claim that the salvager responsible is nowhere to be found. I've heard that rumor too. People get really riled up about Jedi around here. Some people seem to have a selective memory. During the war, the Jedi were a big help here. They did everything for us, from clearing out dangerous beasts to solving a murder investigation. I try to stay out of it, though. Standing up for Jedi is one way to become unpopular around here. Easy to say for someone that doesn't live here. I'd rather grab an unshielded power coupling than get involved in that debate. The militia's dealing with enough already. You're not wrong there. For what good it'll do, if it comes up, I'll say what I think is right. You happy? I hope so. You may be my only friend in a few days. Talking about Jedi is just depressing these days. Any other cheerful problems you want to talk about? All right, stay out of trouble now.
Tochi monas runta, yun bola, wata gratonchi mulira, pitasa cantone tosha. Poso mabri toshniki tuk tuk bamba, bora, tino molira nibonon, kin un patno koktek, poso mabri toshniki tuk tuk bamba, bora, tino molira nibonon, kin un patno koktek, poso mabri toshniki tuk tuk bamba, bora, tino molira nibonon, kin un patno koktek. Hoshmanfu ni wado de kuta ma sapa. Tong hitwa maji. Yuma liba to atong into tune. Hoshmanfu ni wado de kuta ma sapa. Tong hitwa maji. Yuma liba to atong into tune. In soranaka megun soji. Nekchi una bola monchi wataton. Sobodono visel chamaka. Dawanga nochi. Roren manama. Kochpa ino shan opora. Barachi no sukangkadon, makamando uruno intervela ino. Unisidom kanakin mochi so akatla. Inkin kunma bolira michiki kun. Jenish melaka wachino so impos morcha chani rikasan. Wala kun bisking mong pal muliras nemo poiduana. Bararanta miki sikosas. Yewengarama ino sosh miki sa winsor michi inkaranich wi okapom. Niko bolotong la do chong nao. Barachi no sukangkadon, makamando uruno intervela ino. Unisidom kanakin mochi so akatla. Inkin kunma bolira michiki kun. Barachi no sukangkadon, makamando uruno intervela ino. Unisidom kanakin mochi so akatla. Inkin kunma bolira michiki kun. Bararanta miki sikosas. Yewengarama ino sosh miki sa winsor michi inkaranich wi okapom. Niko bolotong la do chong nao. Hoshmanfu ni wado de kuta ma sapa. Tong hitwa maji. Yuma liba to atong into tune. Poso mabri toshniki tuk tuk bamba. Bora. Tino molira nibonon, kin un patno koktek. Manosaf piti manapasa! Hey, drogo yuto son zata zata! Pasa susho wi, kana ina doka ches. Kapat rondi loso chi rana bik bik. Now ji ka chi a ubang ta.
Don't cause any more trouble for Dantooine.
I'm the militia captain here. Are you here because you're in trouble or looking for it? Talk to Baroon first. If your situation needs militia involvement, he'll send you my way. You got any other reason for coming to militia headquarters? There are better places to explore and better people to know. I'm sure you have your reasons, though. I'm sure you got questions of your own. And if you're interested, I might have some work for you. You want something? Some of the salvagers went deep into the ruins and found a lot of Jedi relics. It's the most valuable haul the salvagers ever got. But all the salvagers that went down there are dead. So it seems every day or so some salvager comes claiming they're owed by such and such, or that they're related. The whole thing makes me sick. Garavik says he won the whole claim in a Pazak game with the last survivor, right before he killed him. But that was a fair fight. There were witnesses. But nobody remembers Garavik ever playing Pazak. I just hope someone takes this blasted claim off my hands. I'm tired of those lowlives pestering me. We've got real work to do. You want something? He did he? What's this about? You can't compromise with those people. They're like Minox and a power converter, sucking the life out of us. So he's asked you to go looking into what I'm up to. If I didn't need every last man here. Appreciate. All right, I can use your help. But you can't tell anyone. There's a mercenary camped near what's left of the Jedi Enclave's courtyard. His name is Dopak. Just tell him that I said, go ahead. That's all. You have questions, but it's like this conversation never happened, got it? Just do it. It'll help out Khoonda. We can talk more later. It's you again. Well, you know who I am. I figure you've got a reason for coming back. You want something? I've seen a lot of visitors come through Khoonda. You're the first one in a while that looks the capable sort. We have a small problem with Kinrath. Maybe you've already seen some of them. They're coming from a cave in the Khoonda Plains. I'd take care of it myself, but there aren't many people in the militia. We'd lose too many men. There's a reward if you do it. Kinrath are normally just pests. We think something happened to their nest. Started near the end of the Civil War. Nobody knows for sure. Even the Ithorian. And they're smart about such things. Very. The Kinrath you see on the plains aren't as tough as the ones inside the caves. They may not look much different, but they are tough. We used some explosives to seal a cave a couple years back. Just made them angrier. They burrowed another entrance even closer to us. I know there are crystals in there too. Some of the salvagers once thought about going in there to get some extra credits. Too many Kinrath, though. Cave is on the southeast side of the plains. Shouldn't be hard to find. That's all I can ask. You want something?